So the gender reveal party ended up causing this series of fires in California. As you can see, the air quality is pretty bad. It's hard to get the lighting just right. It makes for really good looking sunsets, but the reality of it is ultimately it was irresponsible behavior by whoever did the gender reveal, and now it's caused tens of thousands of dollars worth of damage to landscapes, to the forest, to homes, I'm sure. And I'm hoping that there was no loss of life, just simply due to a gender reveal party gone bad. So at the end of the day, if there's any lessons for people that are doing gender reveal parties, don't use pyrotechnics, especially in California. I don't care if it's fireworks, shooting guns in the air on New Year's Eve, any kind of irresponsible behavior like that. And then on top of that, with all this damage that's going on, then you've got looting, riots, vandalism, civil unrest in multiple cities, in multiple states, all throughout the United States. This is a strange time for a lot of people. Definitely a strange time for America, at least in the past 35, 40 years, where things like this, the last time something like this happened was the Rodney King riots in 1990. That was a long time ago. And here we are again doing crazier than that. This stuff that's going on makes that Rodney King riot look like a walk in the park. This stuff is far harsher, far worse, far more widespread and ongoing. The Rodney King riots lasted about a week. I think Portland or Seattle had 100 days in a row of violence and vandalism and looting and rioting and protests. You know, some of it is protest, some of it isn't. If you're protesting, that's your right to protest injustice. But when the protest gets out of hand, people get hurt, people get shot, people lose their business. That's unfortunate. It's unnecessary. I don't know how burning down your neighbor's business brings about justice. I just don't see how that brings. Or I've heard in Seattle and in Portland there's been a lot of rapes. How does raping a woman bring about justice? That's a crime, a violent act. It's a sexual crime. You're a sexual deviant, and you're saying that that's going to get you social justice because you're doing a social injustice? The two don't add up. But I mean, maybe I'm crazy, call me crazy, but there's a better way to affect positive change in society. There's just much better ways to do it than looting, raping, rioting. I understand that there's frustration, but my goodness, man. Worldwide, I'm sure they're looking at the United States like, holy cow, man, what's going on over there in the US? It's a strange time for us over here. So with all that being said, I just wanted to talk about the fires because it's in California, they've really affected us. We have a lot of bad air quality, that's really the reason why I'm wearing this mask. Not so much for COVID-19, because it's September. The COVID-19 virus has been around us since, April? I don't know, maybe before that. And I don't know if I had it or not. I'm not really worried about it. That's just me. To each his own. You do what you do. I do what I do. I show respect for people when I walk into a market or a supermarket or a store, or if I get on public transportation, or if I'm around people where there's going to be close proximity to people, I'll wear the mask out of respect for their fears. But reality-wise, I don't wear it. I don't wear it at home. I don't wear it when I go running. I work out a lot. I don't wear it in general public unless I'm going to be around people or in a store or on the public transportation, like I said, a bus or a train. Otherwise, I don't wear it. I don't wear the mask. I don't live in fear, but that's just me. Don't judge me. I'm not judging you. If you wear a mask, cool. I'm wearing this because of the smoke. There's some smoke going on. The air quality is really bad right now. And maybe that'll destroy the virus, right? There's been a lot of hot days. We've had heat waves here in the Southern California area, in the LA area, 112, 113, which is, for us, that's a hot day. I like it personally. And I also heard that the virus can't live in that kind of heat. So, weigh the good with the bad. We're going to get through this. This virus is not going to last forever. Humankind has gotten through the Black Plague, the bubonic plague, polio, SARS, bird flu, West Nile virus, what else? Yellow fever, jaundice. Gosh, man. The Spanish flu. There's been other pandemics globally in the history of mankind, in mankind's history. There's been a lot of diseases and viruses. Cancer's one that still affects people. But I don't see economic shutdown. I don't see panic over those other things. This is the first time I've ever seen this widespread fear and panic over a virus. Is it real? Yes. Have people suffered and died? Yes. Do I give it its due for that? Yes. There should be some respect for it, to fix it, to teamwork together and try to get this thing resolved. Absolutely. We need to work together as a society, as a human race, and resolve these pandemic issues. But not with violence, not with looting, not with raping. Those are ridiculous things. I don't agree with them. Again, I have my viewpoint on that. I am a Christian, so I look at things from that mindset. I don't want to look at things through the mindset of somebody who's violent. It doesn't work. It's not a good idea to be a violent person. Being violent, tearing up somebody's business, looting and raping is not the answer to solve social injustice. Those are just adding more fuel to the fire of the hatred that's already permeating the news. I don't even watch the news anymore because it's depressing. It's always negative, and there's an agenda. It seems fear and loathing. It just seems like they just want people to be afraid, and I'm not afraid. Whether you are or not is your business. I'm not going to judge you, like I said, but I'm not afraid. I just think it's ridiculous that there's just so much civil unrest, and there's no good thing that comes from it. There's nothing about tearing up a neighborhood that causes the police to stop shooting unarmed black men. Hey, let's go burn down that man's store who had nothing to do with that unarmed black man getting killed or whatever. Or that one act doesn't correct the other. I don't know. This is a rant, but meantime, we're dealing with some poor air quality here, and I'm just praying that everybody gets their head together and their heart together and start remembering what life is all about. And it's not about just chasing after money. It's not about political ideas. It's about way more than that. Love one another as you love yourself. Staff Sergeant Calhoun, out.